Hi, welcome to Live with Ms. Steph. Today is Monday, April 14th, 2025, and I'm excited to be with you today. This particular video is a response to a in-person question I received on Saturday. So if you are that family, this video is for you. I'll make sure it gets to you. And if you are folks who are just wondering how I make my slime, I know I've had various videos out over the years. This is an updated slime tutorial. I'm going to be relatively specific on how to make it. And the key to it is Borax Activator, Elmer's Glu-All. Those are the two main ingredients in Miss Steph slime. All right. That being said, let's hop right into the Science Club news. As you know, NYC Department of Education is on spring break this week. Therefore, there are no traveling science teacher classes. I'm not doing any consulting this week. I am taking a slow week / administrative week. And so I am still doing VEDA, though. I will still do an upload on my YouTube channel of a video. I am not promising that all videos will be STEAM focused content, okay? The Monday and Thursday videos absolutely will be Ms. Steph Science Club content. The other videos, I might play a little bit with it because there are suggestions that I've gotten. There's conversations I've been having with folks. And again, over there on my YouTube channel, it is, though quite a bit of the content is Ms. Steph's Science Club content, it's also my personal YouTube channel. So you might get a few extras this week. And if you're really, really interested, you might get a podcast episode this week if enough people ask for it. Okay? So much noise happening outside. Hopefully that's not too disruptive to you, but we are going to hop into the news. Like I said, today is April 14th, 2025. First thing, like I said, we are on spring break. And so that means, what does that mean as far as being able to get a hold of me? You can still text me via the Science Club phone number, and you can still email me. Response time will be longer. It won't be, the 24-hour Monday through Friday response time. It'll be more like a 48-hour response time. Like I said, it's spring break. And most teachers are actually not working at all on spring break. I happen to be working just at a slower pace, and that is intentional. Y'all know how I feel about making sure that we are intentional, and that as the leader of the Science Club community, I display those behaviors in my life and to you so that you can have these habits as well. We are not, how can I say, hustle and grind culture over here. We are wellness, being functional, getting things done, but we do take slow time periods. Next thing that you do need to have a reminder of, there is a community event this week, and it's a bit different scheduled this in April and now going into the spring than we had during the first 6 months of the school year, the October to March time period. That schedule was first, second, and third Saturdays were Saturday Science Club, and then the fourth Saturday would be some type of community event if program was in session. We now shift, and you're going to want to follow me very closely when it comes to Instagram and the email updates, because the schedule in itself is shifting to accommodate the fact that spring has sprung, and during spring there are a ton of community events, and the calendar shifts a bit. So in particular for April, there are no more Saturday Science Club sessions. We are done with Saturday Science Club for the month of April. We will see you again on May 3rd for the next Saturday Science Club session. When it comes to community events, we will do our community event on the third Saturday, which is this coming Saturday, April 19th. And we're going to be at St. Nicholas Park where 135th and St. Nicholas Avenues intersect. And if you know, you know, there is a BC train station there, and we'll be in partnership. We've been invited by the Harlem Rise Collective to be there, and that's who is inviting us. That's who's running the event, and the flyer will be posted on a daily basis moving forward for the next 6 days, right? Because that's our main thing that we've got coming up. As far as Summer Science Club, registration is still open. I just received registration for several students. Make sure that you are getting in, because we do not take more than 15 students at the same time in the room. Okay, so that limit is low. I intentionally keep Summer Science Club quite tight. All right. So there's only a few more spots left for certain weeks, because I have a lot of children that are already registered for the Art Week. So like I said, limited spots for Art Week right now, if you're interested in Art Week. But that being said, my final thing about the Science Club news is that I want to really reiterate the fact that information is being released. There's already a cute, if you recall last year's Science in the Park flyer, it looks a lot like last year's Science in the Park flyer. You can look for it. It's our Save the Dates really flyer, and that's got all the way from April 19th all the way through our NYC Kids Fest that will happen the weekend of the 13th and 14th of June. Okay, so those are out. Let's hop right into this slime tutorial, and then that's going to be it for today. Like I said, this is a slow week. Okay, I'm celebrating that because it's super important for us to understand, especially in our culture these days here in the US. Like, taking time has mixed reviews. Not over here. It can't, because I do a lot. For those of you who like really know, right? Like, on a regular week, I'm with children 6 days a week, in 10 different locations, in addition to the work that I do here at the desk, right? And so with no shame do I take time when I need it and when it's afforded to me. That's a healthy thing for us to do. All right, so like I said, let's hop into our slime tutorial. Does this go in slime? No, but I am using it to demonstrate what's happening. I'm going to take out the purple links. These are the Creative Flakes. I've already done a video on this. It's on my YouTube channel. Should be, as far as a review on the flakes. I can do another review if you want it. But I love Creative Flakes. Fantastic product. All right, so, and I particularly like the more recent released ones. And let me double check to make sure these are not Creative Flakes. These are Brain Flakes. Creative Flakes are a different brand, but kid you not, basically it's the same product. The Brain Flakes are brighter. I've said that before in my other videos, but yeah, let's go ahead and move into this, because again, this is not a brain flake. This is not a flake video. Imagine that these are the molecules. For you, those of you wondering what's happening when you're making slime, this is what's happening, and this is what's going to be important throughout the process, and this is what you need to keep in mind, folks, because some of y'all are having a really rough time getting your slime to look nice and feel good. You won't have that issue after this video. Okay. Say each flake is a glue molecule. Your activator is making the molecules link together. That's why your slime is stretchy. Okay? The activator I like to use. There was a whole debate years ago about the safety of borax. Used properly, it's like not unsafe. Not only that, truth be told, it's in all kinds of stuff. It's actually required for glue slime. And it's in all the things, all the alternatives that they were giving folks The borate ion is the stuff that's in there. Okay? So, this is what's happening when you are making slime. That's the base thing that's happening. I add several other chemicals to make it particularly enjoyable to play with and to stretch. And we're going to talk about the base slime product today. Throughout the week, if you really, really want a video, throw some comments down below and let me know if you're interested in seeing. Actually, no, I've already done a video about my favorite mix-in. It's on my YouTube channel. Go over there. Ms. Steph's YouTube channel. That's legit what my YouTube channel is called. Okay? So, again, keeping it moving so I don't keep y'all too long or myself too long. This is, you see my fancy dandy. Very state-of-the-art. I always tell the kids, state-of-the-art. Plastic in itself is a polymer as well. So, polymer science, we are highly dependent in our culture on polymer science. We use polymers for a lot of stuff. Plastic happens to be one of them. So, borax and water. Borax is a white powder. If you're wondering where to get it, I always tell people the old school, in the old school grocery store, in the laundry aisle. It is a white powder. It comes in a box about this big. That one box will keep your family in slime and laundry additive for like 6 months, if not longer. If you're only using it for slime, and at the rate that I make it, remember in the spring, I'm passing out slime to like 400 people. At the rate that I make slime, I haven't bought a box in 2 years. And that box was given to me because we're a nonprofit. Hi, thanks, by the way. Okay. Again, borax, B-O-R-A-X. And there's something called the borate ion. As soon as you mix it with water, that forms, you dissolve about 2 tablespoons of the borax into this much water. You see, I use warm water. I pour it, and then I have been reusing this exact bottle has been reused for slime activator for like 3 years because there's no reason to change the bottle. Slime activator is the only thing that I put in there. I don't have all kinds of other whatever stuff in the slime activator. Water and borax. Kid you not. That's what it is. All right. Next main ingredient in Ms. Steph's no-fail slime. Okay. This stuff. Okay. I have used other glues. You can use other glues if you want to. This is the glue that I like. It makes a very nice thick slime, and it responds very well to the borax solution. Do not put borax powder in by itself without the water. It will make your slime lumpy and clumpy, and it just won't be enjoyable. All right. Since I like to be efficient with my time, I'm making one of my batches that I'm going to use on Saturday with y'all. Again, welcome to Live with Ms. Steph. Hi, I'm Ms. Steph. Today is April 14th, 2025. If you've watched this long into the video, thank you ever so much. This is my no-fail slime tutorial. This is Elmer's Glu-All. Is Elmer's sponsoring this video? No, they are not. But Elmer's, if you are interested in supporting Ms. Steph's Science Club, okay, through making a contribution to Triple F Empowerment Inc., hi, come talk to me. I'm all right with it, okay? We are a nonprofit based in Harlem. We provide camp classes, community, and consulting to children and families seeking high-quality STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, education activities. All right, so that's that. We are going to add, you see my measurements, okay? It's a ratio thing versus an exact measurement. So I like to add the same amount of water as I've added glue. Okay. You do need, back in the day, I used to try to make this without adding water. You need water. Water is something that helps the formation of the slime. So not only that linking action that I showed you earlier, but the water makes your slime stretchier. If you're having an issue with how stretchy your slime is and how fun to play with it is, consider whether or not you put water in. And you see how much water. It's a significant amount of water. Okay? 1 to 1. Right? Now I'm going to go in with my add-ins and mix-ins. Okay? Well, not mix-ins, my add-ins. Baby oil. I don't want to hear it about the baby oil. I know it's a whole thing right now, but please don't put anything about that in the comments. Like, yeah, just don't. Alrighty then. Okay? And regular, just store brand. It doesn't need to be any specific brand. Again, these are the things that are going to now make the slime enjoyable to play with. Okay? This is another thing that helps with the stretchiness of the slime, which is glycerin. Okay? As far as the baby oil, this spoon is about 2 tablespoons. Okay? The glycerin, you see, I'm not going to put a lot of glycerin. You put too much glycerin, it'll be way too stretchy. Okay? Just enough. Shaving cream. Are we making puffy slime? No, we're not. But I do put shaving cream in my basic slime recipe. Okay? Enough to kind of fill the top. Okay? Shaving cream is hard to measure, but I want y'all to see what that's look like. And right now you see this is still liquid. Okay? Making slime is a chemical reaction. Okay? Yes, I specifically use Lubriderm. This is the brand that I know works the best. And I do add lotion. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay? Inside of lotion, you've got your cetearyl alcohol, which is a fatty alcohol. It's not like rubbing alcohol. Cetearyl alcohol and rubbing alcohol are 2 different chemicals. Okay? Rubbing alcohol is isopropyl alcohol. All right. Now, once you get here, you're going to do some mixing. I'm going to take a moment as I'm mixing this to bring to your attention that slime is not a quick thing. Make sure you have all of your materials before you start, number 1. I like to let my slime sit, which I'll talk about later. Again, keep in mind, it's Monday and I'm already starting to make batches that we're going to use on Saturday because I like to let it sit and cure for a bit. Folks who are making slime, if you've ever bought slime in the store or ordered it online, they let their slime sit. They didn't make that yesterday and then ship it to you. Absolutely not. Slime needs time to sit. Right. Okay. Again in here, this is Glu-All for your ratio. Okay. You saw this cup. Okay. Right. Okay. That's how much glue I put in. And then I proceeded to put the same amount of water in this. And it's still very white looking. Okay, very opaque. It's another reason why I like the Glu-All, because you're going to get a nice opaque, thick substance. Then I added about 4 tablespoons of baby oil because I like mine glossy. And the baby oil helps because I'm going to pass this out, right? And so there's certain things that I put in my slime to make it easier to play with and to make it easily come off of the hands. Okay, it doesn't necessarily come off of clothing and furniture that easily, because that's just the nature of slime. It is still glue, guys. Gals, persons, humans. Okay, I'm mixing that. You see, I mixed all of the shaving cream in. Okay, Glu-All, water, baby oil, glycerin. For this much stuff, you're putting in a teaspoon of glycerin. If you put too much glycerin in, it will be too stretchy and the slime is not going to want to form, okay? Or rather transform from this liquid mixture to the solid, okay? And then a good shake and thick squirt of the shaving cream. You can use any shaving cream you want. Just keep allergies in mind. All right. Thank you for watching Live with Ms. Steph. We're on here. I'm doing my no-fail slime recipe. And then this is another thing where the brand does matter. I've used different types of lotion in my slime before. The Lubriderm is the one that I like. Okay. Is this sponsored? No, but this is the one that I use. Okay. I also take this with me when I go to events to add it to slime and to add it to children's fingers, because the chemistry of the person matters. Okay, that's why when you order slime online, people give you any good quality slime supplier. It will give you some of their activator, and I guarantee their activator is this. All of us are like, when we're making it en masse, you know, you're using your borax water, saturated borax solution and water. Right? Now remember, I used all the way up to here in for glue. Start with half that. However much glue you put in, because the glue is the thing that's reacting with the borax. However much glue you put in, you need to start with less than half of that of your borax solution. And you're going to see this happen very quickly. And you should feel it happen very quickly. See, I'm going to save some back. And we have slime. Now, is this done? No. The reaction needs to happen. Needs to completely happen. When it pulls away from the bowl is when I know it's done. That's my major marker of when it's complete. All right? So I'm mixing. It's not ready to be touched yet. I know that y'all are going to want to touch it and all that type of stuff. Again, this tutorial, shout out to grandparents and aunties and parents and after school directors who want to make slime with their students. Folks, this is, okay, what it's starting to look like. See, now it's starting to pick up. The more it's reacting more fully, but it's not come away from the bowl. Do not let whatever child or person, it actually doesn't have to be a kid, because maybe you're doing this as a sensory activity for like a staff event or something, you know, and people want to kind of play with the slime. The slime can be very relaxing once made properly and once made to the liking of you know, folks playing with it. Okay, so notice how it's starting to come away from the bowl. Now it's starting to be ready. It's still not done yet. Okay, and I just know that just because I've been making slime for a long time. Okay, it will come away from the bowl as well as from the spoon. See? Okay, that's still pretty sticky. But I am going to stop there for today. But that's the basics of the no-fail slime. You see how you're able to do like that? And I'm able to, and it doesn't stick to my hand. Okay? Slime is also another non-Newtonian fluid, or substance rather. It is not similar, completely different chemicals inside of it, as you can see, than our oobleck. But oobleck and slime are both non-Newtonian. where the more pressure you add, the more solid the item behaves. Because in theory, what should actually really happen if something is a Newtonian behaving substance, when you put more pressure on it, it should behave less like a solid and more like a liquid. All right. So it's been fun, y'all. What am I going to do with this? Okay. Am I going to knead it and everything right now? No, actually. Okay. If I was making batches of colors and I was going to mix in the air dry clay, most of y'all know that I love mixing in air dry clay. That's the thing that adds color, which air dry clay won't be added until day of at the event at the science table, because children will get to choose their color of air dry clay. All right. I'm going to put this in an airtight container. For me, it's this. Some of y'all may want to put it in a bin, right? You see how much slime I got out of the little bit of glue that I only used this much glue. Okay, that's I want to say these are 16. Okay, wanted to double check the measurement, by the way, FYI, for those of you who don't know. Okay, measurement matters. Steam every day, all day, everywhere you go. The size of the cup is on the bottom. Okay, so that's why I did that just now, to double check. I wanted to say 16 ounce because I was pretty sure, but because I've been doing this for a while, so I know what 16 ounces looks like. Okay, but that was on the bottom. All right, now other tips and tricks real quick. I put baby oil down. You saw I added a little extra of the Borax Solution, as in the Activator, into here. Again, I'm not going to play with this. I'm not kneading it. This is my no knead kind of recipe right now, because I'll knead it when I get ready to pass it out. Okay? Meaning all that action. Okay? But to get you started, again, you see how much that is? So if you're making slime with your young person, those little, even the 4-ounce containers is still a lot of slime. They don't need that much. Half of that 4-ounce container of glue. Start from there, because by the time you add slime activator, okay, I'm gonna need it a little bit now because I just want to make sure that it's not going to be too squishy. Okay. Half of one of those containers, and because by the time you add, you saw how much liquid I added. By the time you add the glue at 2 ounces, and then water at, now if you want your slime to be a bit tighter, you can only do half the amount of water to slime. To glue. Okay. And so, but I need mine to be pretty stretchy because I know I'm adding, everybody's getting clay. So I know what I'm making, okay? So, but anyways, let's focus. In the end, if you add 2 ounces of of glue, 2 ounces of water, and then you're gonna add just a little under, you see what I did, you add to how much you need, an ounce of activator, that's a 5-ounce slime that you're making already, okay? So when you start with all of these you see people make these whole bottles like worth of glue of slime. It works for them, but that's not Miss Steph's no-fail slime recipe, okay? Mine is what you just saw me make. This particular recipe is going to be pretty loose, so I would say if you're trying to make this at home and you're not going to put clay in it, use half the amount of water I used. Okay? So, it's been real. It's been fun. I will see you, for those of you who are going to join me over on YouTube, I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay, in a video. And then for folks on Instagram, keep an eye out. Make sure that you are following us so that you have lots of information around the events that we've got coming up, because we've got something on April 19th. We have an event on May 17th. Then we've got another one on May 31st. And we've got back-to-back NYC Kids Fest participation on June 13th and 14th. It's been absolutely wonderful hanging out with y'all today. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Miss Steph here.